First of all, your comments are disgusting. I've served my country.
I've served my country for 34 years.
I find your comments
This is out of
disgusting
control.
as well.
I've served my country for 34 years. And yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms that in back that tractor trailer. I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life was like. And I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed. And you're the member of Congress.
We agree on that.
Fix it.
We agree on that, but I disagree. But I also disagree with your characterization of immigrants as
criminality. People for 3 decades on this.
Gentlemen, time is.
Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan,
Look,
please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get to go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved
this is
an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member.
Let's do the firecracker, bro.
One member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair.
Mr. Homan.
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
So the recommendation of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended 0 tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
Now, this one I love right here. Shout out to the cutie pie, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I know some of y'all say, but her political stances make her so unattractive. Bull sugar honey iced tea. Her political stance don't make her unattractive. Are you kidding me? Maybe it's just me. I think she's always going to be a cutie pie. All right, so listen to this exchange. This exchange is gold. It's gold. And then we're going to get to the View in a moment.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
0 tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Homan,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
Now, I just wanted, I'm not going to play this whole thing right here. Now we about to go to the View. Okay. It was a reason why I played those videos the way I did. If you have not hit the like button already, please do so. It's to simply hit the like button and watch this bad boy all the way through. Now we see how they was going back and forth with Mr. Homan, because this dude is he's a straight up dog with it. He's a straight up dog with it. We have been teaching people how to grow online. It's been absolutely amazing. We have 3 people who have been able to reach monetization in less than 30 days. Growing YouTube channels, some from 0 people. We have one guy who had 2 subscribers before he started working with me. He started helping him. His views went up 4.8 million%. We're super excited. If anybody ever want to grow on YouTube, you reach out to me with the word coach. All right, so now we about to get to the ladies on the View. Now, listen, guys, don't give them too much of a hard time. This is just what they do. This is just what they do, man. They give their sides. All right, here we go. Let's get them.
It's chilling what he just said. You realize that when he says, yes, families can be deported together, what he is saying is that U.S. citizens can be deported. What he is saying is, if the parent is undocumented and they have U.S. citizen children or U.S. citizen spouse, or and you don't want to separate them, then let's deport the U.S. citizens. Look, Donald Trump won the electoral vote. He won. He's going to win the House. He won the Senate. For all effects and purposes, he's got the Supreme Court. They've given him immunity. This is what the country voted for. This is, you know, a lot of people thought that when he talked about mass deportations, he wasn't being serious. I don't know how many times he had to say it for people to realize he was being serious. Well, if you thought he wasn't being serious, the appointment of Tom Homan today as border czar, and he will be in charge of a mass deportation program, the largest the country has ever seen, they say. And now Stephen Miller, as deputy chief of staff, should let you know that he was absolutely serious. And when you talk about mass deportations, people think, oh, it's just going to be the criminals. There's not enough criminals, aliens in the federal prison system for it to be mass deportations. What it means is grandmothers. What it means is brothers and aunts. What it means is abuelos y abuelas. It means dreamers. It means your family members. It means your colleagues. It means your friends. It means people who are part of the society. And look, America, you know, those of you who voted for Trump, this is what you wanted. This is what you voted for. You screwed around and you're about to find out.
Yeah, I mean, I echo all of that, right? I mean, we get the government that we vote for as a country, and the majority of the country apparently voted for this. And, you know, I think it's really loud and clear that what he said, he meant. And if you look at Homan's background, he was a contributor to Project 2025. He was a police officer, which I find really rich because he was appointed by a convicted felon. He also was a United States Border Patrol agent, a special agent with the former Immigration and Naturalization Service. So this is his thing. This is his background. But what I would like to point out is that there is no correlation between undocumented people and a rise in crime. That's statistically accurate. Immigrants, including undocumented immigrants, are less likely to commit crimes in the United States. So this notion somehow that it's about national security, I think is just false.
Okay, so this is why now, ladies, I mean no harm when I say this. I mean absolutely no disrespect, but this is why a lot of men have started to move to the right, to the conservative side, because I don't know if you remember, but there was thousands of murderers who were sent over here from other countries. They committed other heinous crimes as well. If you believe, now, if we already know, they were documented to commit those crimes before they even came here. Do you think they're just going to change their stripes overnight? They're not going to do anything? Like, this is just they committed those crimes over there. They got away with them. They ran over here. They're safe. Like they're playing baseball. They're safe. They're slid into home base. They are safe. We can't do nothing to them. Does that mean that they're just going to be perfect citizens from this point on? First of all, if you want to enter the country, there's a way to enter the country, which they did not. So off top, they are illegal. Off top, they have committed crimes. And the View claimed to put women before anything, right? They claim to want to protect women. What happened to all of the young ladies who have been accosted and essayed by some of these individuals? What about some American citizens who have been unalived and raped by some of these individuals? They're not mentioning any of this. Why? Because it does not work toward their narrative. And that's when it becomes disingenuous. That's when their argument is so one-sided that they completely omit anything that destroys their argument. So they're trying to put all of this fear on them. Also, Tom Homan, he was saying that because AOC kept on talking about you want to separate families. You want to separate families. Well, as the same way that he said, if we were to arrest any father, any man that's a father or a husband, we are separating the family. If we arrest any woman that's a wife or a mom of a family, we are separating the family because they committed a crime and now they got to go do their daggone time. It's that simple. Now, these immigrants, all right, they have done the same. So his job is to just simply focus on the bad characters first. Let's get them first. Let's get them gone first. And then we will focus on everybody else. Now, if it's something, if it's more information to it, or if you got some of their family members who have come from Haiti or Africa or an Asian country or Hispanic countries, then we'll figure all of that out if some of their family members are already citizens or have a visa or something like that. All of that will be taken care of. But you're doing yourself a disservice, and I'm talking about The View. You're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing women a disservice when you don't speak about the whole of the topic. You don't speak about it's more than 300,000 kids that are missing. You need to speak about that. I do realize that numbers have come up that says illegal immigrants are less likely to commit any crimes because they just want to show themselves friendly, and they want to stay, and they want to work hard, and they want to prove to us that they can be citizens and that they can be Americans, and they're going to learn the Constitution, and they're going to learn the language, and they're going to learn the ways of the land, and they're going to follow all of the rules. Okay. In your own lollipop fantasy, that's how it goes. But we're talking about the real world. In New York alone, there have been more than I want to say like 4 young ladies that have been raped, and a couple of them even unalived. How come they're not even mentioning that? The fact that they're not mentioning it just shows that our agenda is this way. That's it. Kamala was against it, so we are against it. Biden is against it, so we are against it. But you also won't they also keep on talking about the damn border bill. So that's another thing, man. I got so many questions. What do you guys think about it? Do you think that Homan will be way too egregious in the way that he do things? Do you think that it's going to cause us way more money, put us in debt, trying to send everyone back to their homeland where they're from? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's inhumane to go and snatch up family members who are not completely together and connected and send them back? What do you think? I really want to know, because I do realize that I'm speaking from the comfort of my own home, and I'm not personally impacted right away, like financially and all that other stuff. Yes, but I'm not personally impacted like directly. So I can speak about it ad nauseum without it affecting me. But what do you think about it as an American citizen? What do you think about it that today is Veterans Day? People who are homeless on the daggone streets, and they are not being cared for by the government as well as they should be. They fought for the country. Some of them have PTSD. Some of them have wounds that they never got healed or any of that, and they aren't being cared for. But you have all of these immigrant families who are illegal immigrant families who are receiving $1,400 per month. Per month. Like, do the math. One family is getting $1,400 per month. How many families have come over? How much is that per month? How much is all of that per year? And that's the money alone. That's not even considering the contracts that we have been taking out with hotels, complete hotels. The government has been purchasing all of the rooms in like different hotels on our taxpayer dollars and putting families in them for free. So you have these individuals that's living the high life off of your tax dollars, but we aren't supposed to put somebody in office that's going to be able to take care of this situation? Come on, man, get out of here. Get out of here. At some point, taxpayers are going to speak up, just like we just now spoke up at the polls. We just now spoke loud and clearly at the polls, because you already know conservatives was putting the economy and the border at like in a number one, in a top 3. We was putting that in our top 3 concerns when we went to the polls. All right. Immigration, the border, illegal immigration, and the economy. And they was putting women's reproduction rights, as they says, or abortions. Abortions is what they was putting at the front of theirs. Like, we don't care about the rest of the woman reproduction rights. We just want to be able to get rid of our babies when we're ready to get rid of our babies. Please let me know what y'all want me to know in the comments, man.